Welcome back to Emotional Mojo. You know, courage, sacrifice, and strength, the new series Against the Odds, showcases inspiring true stories of how a real-life band of brothers came together to overcome impossible odds. And joining us is U.S. Marine and Vietnam veteran John Ligato and U.S. Army and Iraq War vet Perfecto Sanchez. Welcome you two to our show.
Good morning. How are you?
Thanks for joining us. We're great. You know, we're so curious about this show. Tell us a little bit about your involvement and what we can expect to see.
Take it.
Awesome. Well, I think you said it best. You're going to see a real-life stories of band of brothers who, I think, just overcame certain situations to just survive and win. And that's the magic of it. It's the human aspect of what it takes to serve. And you'll see that camaraderie come to life.
It's so interesting to us because, you know, the show features vets who engaged in combat. They survived to tell their stories. You know, some of the wars that are featured, we have World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and Iraq. And I'm curious because oftentimes, you know, people try to compare each one, which was more harsh or more significant.
Yeah, right.
But really, can you ever compare battles and wars to each other?
No. When you're in combat. It's called the fog of war. And whether you're in a Revolutionary War or Iraq, you're in combat and you have a very limited vision of what that is. If somebody's trying to kill you and you're trying to stay alive and kill them. So we view, and I know Perfecto, we've spoke, is that the brotherhood is timeless.
Yeah.
Hello, gentlemen. This is Jada. You know, it's interesting because many of the young men who went off to war were no more than 18 or 19 years old. So let's take a look at some of what some of them had to say.
We're phenomenal against it.
Reality starts setting in, that this is not like the John Wayne movie.
You could almost see the shots going up the road because it was like a beehive.
You know, this is very, very interesting footage. And my dad was actually in the Vietnam War, and I've heard so many stories. And I'd love to know, sharing these stories with others, you know, is oftentimes very, very therapeutic. What was your take on this? And at the end of the day, does it really bring back bad memories, or does it help the healing process?
I think it helps the healing process, but it's difficult to watch sometimes. We did a premiere at Camp Lejeune, and I was reunited with about 7 Marines that I fought with from Way City. And we all had the same reaction to watching it on the screen. It was difficult, but I think discussing it helped, and I think that the American public, they might have heard of the Tet Offensive, but they really need to know of the bravery of their military personnel at Way City, where we were outnumbered 10,000 to 150 the first day.
Wow.
So we've got another clip of some things, and let's see what your own words say about these odds.
I knew that it was going to be tough. I mean, no one really knows what it's like to pull the trigger or what it's like to get shot at. I knew that nothing I've ever learned in a book would ever prepare me for what I was about to get into.
There were Marines with bullet holes, with burns, with broken bones that refused medevac. What it was that drove us was the love of your brother Marine.
Guys, you know, you are just, it's incredible just to hear these stories. And like, I think you said it best, Perfecto, nothing in life can prepare you for what you're going to go into in that war. So you were one of the platoon leaders that defeated Al-Qaeda's militia. Tell us about that.
Well, I want to go back to also like your first question too about how does it feel to just tell the story, and how does it feel to just look back at everything that happened. And I mean, it's it's definitely the fog of war. I never really thought of anything beyond just, you know, surviving every single day. But this isn't my story either. I'm doing this for my boys. I mean, for the guys that worked so hard to, you know, just to do their job and day in and day out. And I want them to really just to enjoy the series and just to appreciate it. So it's for my boys.
Well, I think what this has done, just viewing the little bit that I've seen, is really bring to life. You know, we hear about the war, but it's so distant.
Yeah.
And to have you guys here and to share this,
It's really
I think is
brave
really
of you guys,
It
too.
is. It really brings it closer to us so that we can really feel it with you.
I mean, what are you hoping people can take away from this?
Well, we're hoping that America is proud of the military personnel that they have. It's the greatest military ever
Amen.
in the world, in the history of the world. And I think that, again, sometimes the military gets a bad rap as being robotic. And I think what you'll see watching the series is we have feelings. And we love our brothers. We love our country. And we're doing a job.
Well, John, Perfecto, we want to say thank you to you guys. Thank you for your
Bravo.
service from everybody here. And at home, if you want to catch this show, we highly recommend it, Against the Odds. It's narrated by Rob Lowe, by the way, and you can watch it Mondays at 10 p.m. Eastern on American Heroes Channel. Thanks again, guys.